doing this via gorilla style.
It
Welcome
sounds
to my
live. We're
world.
from the gorilla
World of Red
position.
Bull.
We're live
Straight up.
Hello?
on YouTube.
Hello?
Keep talking. It's already
Oh,
late.
yeah.
Half hour past
Seriously, like
due
I
date.
know, man. So yeah, technical difficulties. Finally, I'm at the mercy of Apple computer and forcing you to update the operating system because basically what happened for the last like few episodes, I was able to go through Safari because Chrome wouldn't do it. Chrome's like, this is too outdated, and I'm like, oh come on. And so I was finally just use Safari, and then tonight it just wouldn't even give me any audio at all. And Pro Tools is shut down, my interface is shut down, so it's just my computer, and couldn't hear anything. And then I downloaded the Hangouts app, and then that wasn't working. So it's just a giant pain in the butt. So like Apple and their OS have you by the freaking ankles, dude, and they just shake all your milk money out of your pockets.
Why don't you just go to your Netscape Navigator and just reboot that?
Yeah,
Dude,
why
I
don't you
should.
go to your AOL Instant Messenger and send out a buddy request? Put the money on the buddy list.
Oh my god, dude! Freaking A. So God, it's crazy. This is the first time. So if you're a fan of the show and you've been listening to it for a while, this is the first time ever that I have not had a professional mic set up. This is rogue style. I'm going straight up iPhone, a freaking listening to it off my iPhone speaker and just using the microphone. So this is like, dude, this is like ECW 1994, dude.
It's like Asuka's streak getting broken. You had a streak and you got pinned, man, right in the center of the ring by your Pro Tools.
She didn't actually lose, did she?
No, she hasn't lost yet. No.
Oh my god! I was like, no, don't tell me that. No.
How long have you been gone, dude?
Oh my gosh, I was sick all last week, man. But here's what I will say in regards to wrestling. First off, thanks for listening to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. Sticking with us through thick and thin, through technical difficulties and non-technical difficulties. Oh my gosh! But no, man, I've been sticking with watching 205 and NXT. I didn't catch this week's episode just because I've been watching a different show. I've been watching Vikings. Oh, Ragnar.
History Channel?
Vikings. Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
Man.
Yeah, dude. Freaking History Channel Vikings. Such a good show.
Word.
But
Where does Joey Gargano go from here?
Yeah, dude, I heard he left.
He had to. He lost. It was career versus title.
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
man. I'm sure he'll
I
turn
didn't
up
get to
on
see
205
NXT,
Live
but
somewhere, though.
was it a good match?
It looked really good. I didn't see the whole thing. There's no Tommaso Ciampa interfered at the end.
I heard he came out and didn't use any words. He just kind of was there.
Yeah,
That Ciampa was just there?
I don't know. I didn't read anything about it. I just saw the picture on cage side and like it looked like he had a crutch in his hand and it said like no words or I don't know. It sounded like he came out and like cost Gargano the match and just walked away or hobbled away. I don't know. However you call it. But
yeah.
It's pretty messed up.
So where does Gargano go? I mean, obviously he's leaving NXT, but is he going 205? Is he going mid-carding? Is he going that's really all he can do.
You know, honestly, I would like to see him in 205. I'm really happy with what's happening with 205.
The tournament?
Dude, the tournament is sick, dude.
Have really good matches.
Gulak, dude. Gulak went crazy.
I'm not even watching it. There's a tournament?
Yeah, there's a tournament for the vacant title. It's supposed to culminate at WrestleMania.
You're telling me they have a tournament that's going to last all the way till April?
Yes.
I don't know how they planned that out well, but
wait, when is WrestleMania? Is it in April?
Yeah, WrestleMania is April 8th, I think.
It's a long time. It's only February. Well, actually, February is almost over, so you got all of March, which is usually 31 days, and then that second week of April. I guess that's not too terrible. And then you got 2 pay-per-views in between.
No, they can just build their roster, man. I think they took Blake Murphy, I think.
Alexa Bliss's boyfriend.
Oh, are they still together? I thought they broke up, man.
I don't know. I hope not. Oops. My bad, Blake.
Oh, maybe that was Carmella and Big Cass. I don't know.
Yeah,
somebody I'm in love with broke up with somebody, I thought. Could have just been a bad internet report. Tommy? Was it you? You probably
No, I didn't do that. I report that. Come on.
It was probably Rich Swan. Never mind. Never mind.
Let's not talk about Rich Swan.
Oh man, another name that will not be mentioned.
Yeah. Hey man, never mind. Again, just never mind.
No man, but 205 is cool. NXT is cool. I would like to see Gargano go to 205. I think he'd be perfect there, especially if Triple H is at the helm with 205 now. I can see him bringing up a lot of cool people.
I think it'd be cool if someone gets someone gets injured in the tournament and like Gargano has to come in like as a surprise replacement or something.
Only to be bested by Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah,
they're keep building that feud. They haven't even had like a one-on-one match yet. So
that's true. Yeah, they could probably stay in NXT somehow to finish that feud first because that's really good.
Gargano's gone, right? I mean, I would think they would just put them both somewhere. Maybe SmackDown. You can put them on either one and just let them feud for a little bit, right?
That's true.
Cool. That'd be cool. Ciampa just follows him everywhere and just ruins his life.
I don't know if they want to spend time figuring out how to get Gargano back in NXT because he lost.
Yeah.
No, he had so many chances. I mean, to have him come back, I think would be unfair, in my opinion.
He was 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Sucks.
But I can see him moving up, maybe to SmackDown. SmackDown would be cool. If they do want to put him on a big brand.
They got a lot going on. Where would he fit?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He beat Ty Dillinger.
Where's Ty? Ty Dillinger doesn't even have a lot. Like he. Oh, they just have so much talent.
They do, yeah.
Whatever.
Kind of a problem. That's why they're going back to dual brand pay-per-views, where every pay-per-views both brands.
I don't understand
the logic in that. I mean, it's smart, but what do you like? If you have so many stars, what is it? So they're going to do less pay-per-views per year to give you more build.
I guess they're just gonna it's like every pay-per-view is gonna be like SummerSlam or Survivor Series or Rumble, where it has everyone on it. I guess I don't know. They're just trying to make the smaller pay-per-views better, like Backlash or Clash of Champions. Or
are they gonna have cross-brand feuds or no?
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know.
That's cool though. I mean, less pay-per-views means more like to look forward to, and because I remember there was a time when they'd have like 2 pay-per-views within like a 2-week span. It was just like God,
it's too much. Yeah, I think they're still once a month.
That works, I guess.
Yeah, because I was gonna say because it's still once a month, right? It's just that they're both branded,
right? Like, they've been doing trade-offs anyway. Like last year, Elimination Chamber was SmackDown. This year it's Raw. So
true.
I think Fastlane was Raw, and I don't know. Great Balls of Fire was. I don't remember.
Oh God, great tire fire.
That was actually a good paper.
It actually was a really good paper. That name was horrible, yeah, but actually it was a really good event.
Speaking of Elimination Chamber, by the way, which is happening this Sunday, you guys remember when Bray Wyatt became WWE champ?
That was last
year. A year ago at Elimination Chamber
in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. Hey, man, he was he pinned John Cena. He pinned AJ Styles, man, inside the chamber.
Hey, man, he was riding the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Then Randy Orton came around.
Yeah. Ginger Mahal came around.
Oh, that's right.
We got the 6 months of the Punjab. Wait, he's not the Punjab. We got 6 months of the Maharaja. Hey, man, that wasn't that bad, you know.
It was bad, man. Look where SmackDown is now.
You're right. It was actually horrible. I was trying to be optimistic. I mean, SmackDown is clearly like the less superior now. Like they came out the gates hot, and now they're just like everyone's just sick of like Shane McMahon versus Daniel Bryan when they can't even have a match.
Mm-hmm.
And Jinder Mahal is trying to get the U.S. title. So whatever, right? I don't know. Dolph Ziggler, is he a heel? Is he a face? Is he a facey heel? Is he like just back to being the Dolph Ziggler before he like cut the music? Like I don't even know what's going on. Like,
there's still Anthony's idea of Dolph Ziggler just coming down, not saying much, and just wrestling.
I'm telling you, man.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
Listens to our podcast super secretly, and he's like, "It's actually a good idea." Take that idea.
Taking all of our ideas. No, man.
It's not him. It's Jesse James. The Road Dogg.
It could be Road Dogg. Yeah, he's on SmackDown. Yeah.
Well, if you're listening, Road Dogg, I don't have any good ideas for you right now.
It could also be that guy that was in She's All That. Freddie Prinze Jr. Does he still work for WWE?
He was a writer for WWE for like 2 years.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, there's like
Yeah,
a
bro.
Google. Hey, Google. I didn't know that either until like a couple months ago.
Yeah, man.
Interesting.
He gave you your product.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? I think it's a good idea to have like different like voices like that. Have people from like sports, have people with like classic writing background, have people from Hollywood, all get in a room and see what they come up with. Yeah, I guess he's a huge wrestling fan though.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm a bigger fan of Freddie Prinze.
Mm-hmm. Didn't think he was gonna get brought up on the podcast tonight.
man. Anything goes when you're headed into an elimination chamber that was go home show featured 2 hours of a one match that was 2 hours long.
That was pretty sweet, though. That's the first time they've done that, and I thought that was really cool. What'd you guys think of that gauntlet match?
I mean, it was really good. It kind of like died when Seth Rollins like was eliminated, but the time he was in it with John Cena and Roman Reigns, that was like a perfect opening hour.
That was pretty magical.
Yeah, so it was unexpected too.
Yeah, bro.
I definitely was not expecting that at all.
A man lasted for an entire hour, over an hour.
Yeah,
over an hour, you know, and poured it all in. And like, I've been a Rollins guy since he became like Seth Rollins, the architect. Like, that's when I really set in. Like, as a Shield member, I just knew they were a dominant faction. But when he singled off, like, I was like, I need someone to fill that CM Punk void. And he was kind of like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had his run, and then he lost it. You know, he had the injuries, and he came back, and he won the world title, and then he lost it like 2 seconds later. But I've always been a Rollins guy. I've told you, like, you guys have heard me say this. Like, I need to see Rollins in that main event picture because he brings it. I think he brought it in that match, and he beat two of the big dogs in WWE, part-time or not. But then, yeah, after that, you know, it kind of died, but I guess they just used the rest of the time to put over Braun Strowman, even though he's already like super over and super face now. I guess he's a face. I think that's what they're pushing him as. He has a big band. He has like a big cello, doesn't he?
Yeah, he played that, man. I think he has to be considered a face. Too many people are cheering him. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
that's cool though. I mean, no one was really ever because his first major feud was really with Roman Reigns, so like no one ever really disliked Braun. They were just like, he breaks stuff. And this is a generation of people that like to just go do stupid things, like go in Walmart and go crash into a end cap of paper towels. So, like, of course, like, they're going to like to see a guy flip over an ambulance or pull down the scaffold on two men. So, you know, it's cool.
The only thing he doesn't do is eat Tide Pods.
Man, we're like a month late on that trend.
I don't even understand the concept of the Tide Pod challenge. Like, what in the world?
What was the challenge about? You just like
how long you eat the Tide Pod? You eat
just
it.
Poison yourself.
Yeah. Back in my day, I mean, Jesus.
No one ever did that back in our day. What do you mean?
I know. I can't.
Thing is a challenge. It was just like
there's no comparison to that.
I dare you to drink this bleach.
Yeah. Daring someone to run into traffic. Yeah, I don't know. Like what? Like it's the equivalent. It doesn't make any sense.
It has nothing to do with wrestling. So
no, but wait. To Theron's point though, just talking about Seth Rollins real quick, or going back to Seth Rollins, I think what's really cool is it really shows how much he's healed. If you think about it, if he was able to go 55 minutes in a match between Roman and Cena, dude, that's just like for a while I was like, dude, I don't know how well his leg is going to hold up, you know? But he held it, dude, and he did a fantastic job. So that to me is just like a testament to how well he is healed and to prove that maybe, just maybe, he can become champ again and hold it for a while.
That's a really good point because, like, for like the last year, every time like I've seen Seth Rollins like go or like do like a crazy like moonsault off the ropes or fly over the top rope and onto the floor, it's like, like what's gonna happen with that knee, man? Like
you hold your breath, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time he does I was literally just thinking that I was like, man, like I think he had like a few spots where he'd like come off the top and miss, and he'll do like that jump over the person and just all that impact on that knee, like scary, man. I watched the dude tear his ace. Well, I think he strained his hamstring where I played basketball at the Y.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came back in the game, and everyone was like, "Don't come back in." And then, like 5 minutes later, he definitely blew his ACL.
Oh.
And it's like it's crazy because Seth was on that high horse, but I think maybe they just kind of pulled back because of the injuries and long-standing effects and all that stuff. But yeah, it's awesome that he's getting back in the mix. There is a rumor, not to believe in rumors, that they could go in the direction of Reigns Rollins post WrestleMania as a feud, and I'm all about it. So,
what about Rollins sneaking his way into the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar main event though?
I don't want to do that because why?
No, they didn't do
no
that.
Need for that.
They didn't do that because
why?
Rollins could save that main event. I don't want to see Lesnar and Reigns 1-on-1.
Yeah, but you already know that we're going to see Lesnar and Reigns 1-on-1 because
I know
they've been building towards that. So let's like I said last time, let's just get it over with. The Beast versus the Big Dog. The Big Dog takes out the Beast.
It's WrestleMania. I don't want to just get it over with, man. This is the Super Bowl of this is like the season finale.
Lesnar fought Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania one time. So I mean,
that was a horrible That was when Roman Reigns fought Triple. That was a horrible WrestleMania in general.
Exactly.
Wait, when was that?
Let's just get to it.
At WrestleMania 32.
Maybe Roman Reigns doesn't win this Sunday. Maybe someone else wins. Maybe they've been pulling the wool over our eyes this whole time.
Why do I not remember that?
It's WrestleMania 32.
When Stephanie McMahon came out and introduced Triple H. Wait, that might have been another WrestleMania.
No, that was that one. It was that one, yeah. It's when the Undertaker fought Shane McMahon.
Oh.
It was only 2 years ago, man.
Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles is on it.
Yeah, Chris Jericho won that match for some reason.
It didn't make any sense.
Pretty sure the New Day was there.
The League of Nations. The League of Nations beat the New Day.
They destroyed them.
You're right. It was a street.
I forgot about the League of Nations till just now.
Yeah, I think everyone forgot about the League of Nations.
Corona extras and pie.
Oh my gosh, dude!
The
Usos versus the Dudley Boys.
Wacky.
Oh yeah, that was a match. The Dudleys came out in retirement.
Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah, that was
2016.
Wow, it's already 2018. Threw up in my mouth a little bit, fans. Sorry.
The NXT takeover before that WrestleMania was Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe.
Oh my god, I don't even remember who won that match.
Yeah, dude, that's great. Why does it seem like it's so long ago?
It wasn't that long ago. It was only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Why did Jericho beat AJ? There was no reason for that.
It made no sense.
That was just like the knockdown AJ a little bit, and now build it because right after that he got a title shot because Reigns won the title. He got a title shot. He lost, and then he just slowly started ascending. Like I think his feud with John Cena started. The brand split happened, and we all know what happened after that. I mean, he had a title run, lost the title. But he was never not relevant. He became U.S. champ, and now he's WWE champion. He's probably headed to headline, WrestleMania, part of the double main event. Unless they made that John Cena versus Undertaker the part of the main event. I don't know.
Oh, or Ronda Rousey.
Or Ronda Rousey and person A, who could be The Rock, or could be Seth Rollins, or could be Braun Strowman versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Anybody but Kurt Angle, please.
Oh, I did also hear Kurt Angle, but they could also do Seth Rollins versus Kurt Angle, which would make no sense either. Like, why would they fight?
He would just really slow Seth Rollins down.
They as of 2 weeks ago, they didn't have any direction for Rollins at wrestling. They didn't have a story for him because of Jason Jordan, which I don't even know why they're wasting Seth Rollins on Jason Jordan, but whatever, I guess. I don't know.
So building up Jason Jordan for that one, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Hopefully not.
Why would they build up Jason Jordan? He used to have a Jerry curl.
Isn't he injured?
Yeah, he's out till May. He's out till like after WrestleMania. So
wow.
It's even more reason not to build him. If you can't even get it, well, Seth Rollins did get hurt in the middle of his first push, but if you can't,
come on, give a guy
the buildup of your first push, and it was like they pulled him away from his tag partner, and then they like I'm sorry, but if you're the illegitimate stepchild or child of Kurt Angle, like they're pushing you to the stars, man. Like they're trying to see if you're the guy. I feel like they throw people out to see if they can handle it, and if they can't handle it, then let's say they win the title, like Dolph Ziggler, he spent a lot of time doing a lot of stuff. Shout out to him. But I feel like they gave him a few pushes. Like they gave him a world title run, which I think he was successful at. But
he got a concussion like a couple of weeks after the.
Exactly. So it's like if you can't sustain.
That's not his fault. That's Jack Swagger's fault.
Of course it's not his fault. But I don't think Vince sees that. Like Vince is like 75. He probably even know who Jack Swagger was. Oh my God. Be real.
It's very possible. Actually, Jack Swagger's doing MMA now.
Of course he is. He'll probably show up in. I don't know. He doesn't need to show up anywhere. No one needs to see him ever again.
Is he any good? Has he fought?
He hasn't, but he's a wrestler in college, so he might have a chance. He's old. I think he's like 35.
No chance.
I think that I don't even know. What are we talking about right now? We were still talking about Swagger, man. Swagger just threw off this is why he doesn't belong in wrestling, because he just throws everything off.
Just a damn boat anchor right in the middle of the show.
Is he another name we don't mention?
Nah, Swagger didn't do it. He's a family man. I don't think he's fine.
He has a family? Somebody married that guy? Really?
Come on.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm taking some of these shots at Swagger. I only had 3 Coronas. I only had 3 Coronas.
Oh my gosh. No, dude, we were talking about Jason Jordan, and then we were talking about Jerry Curls, and then somehow we got onto Dolph Ziggler.
I don't know why we're talking about Jason Jordan the first.
Because he was getting a decent push.
Yeah.
You know, he was like every time I watched the highlights of Raw or Hulu version of Raw, they definitely made sure that whatever clip Jason Jordan was involved in was featured on the show. And he was in main events. He was fighting Roman Reigns's and Cena's. And
he's actually pretty good, man. He's good in the ring, and his character is getting over.
Yeah, sure, fine. What is it getting over though? Is it really?
Because he was the most hated man on Raw. He kept booed constantly.
Well, I guess he is getting over in the sense of people not liking you at all. So is him getting over making Roman Reigns cooler or not really?
Oh, Roman Reigns obviously it's got to be cool because he's getting pushed to the moon. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but people hate Roman Reigns. I don't have a problem with him. I think he's fine. But most of the world boos him. He got a lot of cheers on the last Raw, I think, or the Raw before last. But I think they were in San Diego. There's more women than men, so screw that.
This Monday was in Phoenix.
I think he got cheers there too. I don't remember because
3 Coronas.
Who did he fight? He wrestled somebody for somebody, or he did something.
He was opening in the gauntlet match for Seth Rollins.
That's right. He took the L to Seth Rollins, which will lead to the feud of post WrestleMania.
Or at WrestleMania in a triple threat, just to make you mad.
I mean, okay, fine, but it's like now Brock Lesnar doesn't have to take a pin again. And not that I care, but it's like I don't know. I like the idea. It's straight up though. There's no surprise element. There's no money in the bank cash in. Stupid Baron Corbin.
Would you really want to see Baron Corbin cash in at the main event WrestleMania?
No, I don't even want to see Baron Corbin hold the WWE Championship. He's getting some. I don't know, man. They don't know what to do with him, and he's just like up and down. Like it's like he'll be cool for like they'll push him for a minute, and then they'll be like, nah.
He's a lone wolf. He knows no better.
Yeah, he's also like apparently the most hardcore metal person in the world, according to like hardcore metal music. So whatever.
Who's your sources on this?
He got like an award for like most metal
last
year.
Huh.
Yeah, Google that. Google that ish.
Oh, Google that.
Day one is H. Speaking of day one is H, whatever happened to the fashion files? I feel like
oh my god,
that's completely random, dude. We're talking about the fashion files in the Go Home Elimination Chamber episode.
We haven't even brought up the Elimination Chamber. That's not my fault. You're supposed to steer it.
I'm trying to steer it, but
why are we not on picks yet? Why are we not talking?
Because we're talking about Jerry curls, dude.
We stopped talking about Jerry curls like 10 minutes ago, man.
You keep running it. You're too wild, man. It's too lit. Too lit with these Coronas, man.
Let's talk about the Elimination Chamber.
It's just something lighter. Something lighter than a Corona.
Let's get it in. Come on. All right. What are we doing? How do we feel about it? There's only 5 matches on the card. That's it. No pre-show.
He has no time.
Pre-show will probably be Apollo versus Titus O'Neil in a worldwide match.
Worldwide on a pole match?
Yeah, loser leaves Titus worldwide match.
I'd actually watch that because I want to see that faction broke up.
Everyone wants to see that faction broken up. They're getting a tag title shot though. I think that
might be at Elimination Chamber, sir.
No, it is.
Is that the pre-show match?
It's not on Wikipedia, but I think they're going to say it's going to be between the Revival, Titus Worldwide, and the Bar.
They're going to do a trippy threat, trippy kit.
Why not? Yeah.
Trippy Red, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I'm so confused.
Remember that time you said rap sucks? You were right, okay?
What are you talking about, man? Rap is good. He's the Black Panther soundtrack, man.
Oh my god!
Not all rap, but rap as a whole, like, is definitely not cool. We're not talking about that though. That's another show for another day. Like Trippie Redd and Tekashi 6ix9ine, man. Like, what kind of names are those?
What happens to Post Malone?
He's dope. There's some good musicians out there. Don't get me wrong. Like, rap isn't dead, but rap is DED dead. Shout out Atlanta. Stay woke.
Yeah, Childish Gambino.
What the hell is?
You don't have to be a rapper anymore to be a rapper.
What you said?
Most hip hop artists don't even call themselves rappers. They just call themselves musicians. I'm serious, man. I pay attention. You know, I stay in the music. But let's talk about Elimination Chamber. Why are we talking about Trippie Redd?
As you brought them up, it's like you brought up Jerry Curls. You're completely.
What do you want me to do next? Bring up A Not Great? And don't piss me off. Because I will. Never mind.
Don't be a slap nuts.
I love Jeff Jarrett, man. I forgot how cool he was for a while.
He was not cool, man.
He was so cool when he had the guitar. And he would have I don't even know where slap nuts came from, but that was his coolest time.
Then he went to WCW.
Isn't that where slap nuts happened? Was WCW?
Oh, was it? I thought it was right before he went to WWE.
But then he came. Apparently, he went back to WWE after WCW. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he started out in WWE, then went to WCW, then went back to WWE, then went back to.
I know about
jumped around so much
originally because he had that song called like "Come On Be My Baby Tonight" or whatever that song was called.
The Road Dogg was in that.
Yeah, because that's where the Road Dogg started. He was Jeff Jarrett's Road Dogg, like Roadie. His name was Roadie originally.
Huh. I never really played that.
I don't even know if bands have roadies anymore. Is that still a thing
yet? Yeah, man. Stay woke.
All right, cool. All right.
That's your 2 cents of the episode. Yes, and stay woke.
Oh gosh. All right, what are the matches? Let's see some picks.
First match on Wikipedia, there's only 4, man. First match is Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt in a singles match. Straight up.
What the hell?
That's really it.
On the whole show.
I guess the Elimination Chambers would take like an hour each or something. I don't know.
They could. I mean, they just had a 2-hour gauntlet match on Monday.
That's true, actually.
Oh, that's right. There's two Elimination Chamber matches.
Yeah, the women's one. Yeah, for the women's title.
Oh, that's right.
But Anthony, who do you got? Woken Matt Hardy or Bray Wyatt? What do you think about this feud?
You know, it's interesting. I'm definitely going for Woken Matt Hardy.
Okay.
It just kind of sucks because this is just another L for Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
So unless he wins,
no, he's not gonna win.
Okay.
Because they're gonna put over Matt Hardy, dude.
They do need to build up Matt Hardy, I think. Yeah.
I'll give you my thoughts when it gets to my pick.
Yeah, no, that's my pick. That's my pick though. Is Matt Hardy.
There's pick's gonna be 10 minutes. It's gonna contain like 8 Rick and Morty references and stuff about Game of Thrones.
Yo, that's a great show, man. Pickle Rick, yeah.
Stay woke.
Szechuan sauce or whatever was that?
That was a great episode too.
Okay, I'm gonna go next. I think I'm gonna go Woken my Hardy too, as well. Just because they got to build him up, man. If they invested all this in his character, Vince McMahon allegedly like this character. They can't have him lose. They already lost once to Matt Hardy. They already lost once to Bray Wyatt. They did the Raw 25 episode. No one paid attention to it, but he lost to him already. Clean in the ring. So I think Matt Hardy's got to win this one to keep this feud going. So I'll go with Matt Hardy in this one. Hopefully by some kind of outside interference, maybe like start building Matt Hardy's crew.
Maybe I hope you see Brother Nero.
There you go. Oh, that'd be nice. Theron, are you gonna make the case for Bray Wyatt or Matt Hardy?
I'm just gonna say he's gonna win.
Who? Bray Wyatt?
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
No, he's just gonna win. I don't know why he needs to win, but he needs to win. I mean, there's no real reason for him to win. He's not really doing anything else, but he's gonna win. And then they'll continue their feud into WrestleMania.
Is it gonna make it to WrestleMania all the way?
Yeah, why not? I mean, what else can Woken Matt Hardy do right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fight anybody?
Yeah, fight anyone. He could really. Can he go after Can he go after the Miz and the IC belt?
Ooh,
think that me.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be a cool feud. Yeah. Either way, Bray Wyatt's gonna win. I don't have a reason. I don't have a backup defense. I just feel like he's gonna win.
One for Bray, two for Woke. Next up, we have Asuka versus Nia Jax. And if Nia Jax wins, she'll be added to Asuka's championship match at WrestleMania 34, making a triple threat match. If Asuka wins, she keeps her streak, of course. So, Darren, who do you got in this? The streak or Nia Jax at the upset?
That's a tough sell, man. I mean, how long does a streak have to be relevant for it to be history? But I still think that Asuka should win so that she doesn't have to have a third person and she can still decide who she's facing because she hasn't done that yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with Asuka because she's the Empress of Tomorrow and she wears cool masks.
Yeah, I feel like they keep building up Asuka for bigger and bigger things. So she would have to probably win. She can't win the Rumble and then lose the next pay-per-view. That'd be kind of super weird, especially after winning the first Rumble. So I'll take Asuka in this. It sucks for Nia Jax. I just think she's coming along too. But I don't know. She could probably make a run in 6 months and still be fine. She doesn't have to go after the belt right now. So I'll go with Asuka in this one. Ant, Asuka, or Jax with the upset?
Oh, definitely with Asuka. But yeah, man, I feel like Jax could recover way better than Asuka could if Asuka loses. It wouldn't make any sense for Asuka to lose this match, especially with how long the streak has been and especially winning the Rumble. Like, the joy of winning the Rumble is you get to pick your match. You know what I mean? Like, you get to pick your opponent. And for Jax just to hypothetically get a win over Asuka and be injected into the match is, like, really stupid. That doesn't make any sense. I'd be really upset if they went forward with that. Yeah. But Jax could come back from it, though. You know what I mean? So if she loses, okay, make her look strong by beating other people on the roster. She doesn't have to beat Asuka.
Just look for Jax to lose and Asuka to pick Charlotte and jump ship and Jax to still get a match against Bliss.
There you go.
Could happen. That's a big
Ronda Rousey doesn't have to get a title shot. She just got there. We don't even know if she can wrestle yet. So.
True.
Oh, I'd be so pissed if she gets a title shot.
That'd be worse.
It'd be so stupid. I'm just so tired of these, like, whether it's like veteran, these like veteran wrestlers coming back out of nowhere, like a Batista or a Goldberg or a, in this case, a Ronda Rousey as like a, top card or whatever. And then all of a sudden just being given these titles. It's like, it's just so defeating. And it's just so, like, I don't know. really dumb. It's just really bad, lazy booking.
Mm-hmm.
Just bad storytelling, in my opinion. It's like you can't just show up out of nowhere and then all of a sudden just trample over all of these other really hard-working superstars to just, point at the sign and get a match out of nowhere. Like, I don't care how famous you are or how good you were in your other sport. It's like you don't deserve that. This isn't this isn't UFC. You know what I mean? Like, you start at the back of the line and prove yourself.
Yeah, they definitely got to build her right because she could be like rejected pretty fast, kind of like that Batista run when he came back.
Mm-hmm.
He got rejected so fast. Like if they mess up with Rousey, they could just do the same thing because she's an outsider. She's not from like a pro wrestling background, so they have to be very careful of her how she's booked for the first year, maybe year and a half.
Put her in some tags, like put her in a tag team.
Nah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Don't do that. Don't do that to her.
Don't do that.
No, just don't put her in the title picture right away. You'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with that. Yeah.
Like
No title pictures,
Lesnar, which is horrible. But that's what they want her to be. They want her to, like, I guess, be. I don't want to say as far as like just destroying people, but that's the level of what they wanted her to draw. I don't know how much Brock Lesnar draws anymore, but.
I think that kind of works because like Ronda Rousey could legit kick anyone in his ass in the women's division. Brock Lesnar could legit like beat the crap out of anyone in the men's division if he chose to. So they have that going for him. I don't know, but Brock Lesnar's just like way more advanced than Rousey at this point.
True. We still haven't seen her wrestle.
I know. Yeah, it could be ugly, man. Could go one or two ways. She could be like a prodigy at it, or she could just be total fish out of water.
I mean. She usually won by the armbar, so we'll see. So that's a sweep for Asuka, then, right?
Yep, sweep for Asuka. Next up, we got the women's Elimination Chamber match. Champion Alexa Bliss defending her title versus Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Sonya Deville. I'll go first in this one. I just don't see a way Alexa Bliss could win this, man. She has been, for her champion, she hasn't been booked strong the last few months. She hasn't gotten too many big wins. She lost to Asuka clean like a month ago in a non-title match. She didn't picked up any big like wins in like any of these like tag team matches or these like trios matches they do in the women's division all the time. So I'm gonna go Sasha Banks. She had that. She was the women's Iron Man. I mean, women's Iron Woman for the Royal Rumble. So they're building her for something there. They're teasing the heel turn for her and Bayley, so they're playing something for her. So maybe they accumulate that, all accumulates at Elimination Chamber. So I'll pick Sasha Banks in this one. Darren, who do you got?
The Goddess.
You got Bliss to defend?
Yeah, I do.
Any reason?
They just kind of kept her on the back burner so that when she wins, you guys' jaws will drop. You'll be like, how did she even do that?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how much wrestling she's going to do. She could be the last entrant out of a pod. She could be the first entrant. It just depends on how they want to book her. But I think they want to tell a story that she's actually here to compete because she's always gotten ragged on for what you just said. Like, she hasn't done anything really. I think her team won Monday night. I don't remember. But when it comes time for her to compete at pay-per-views, she's always been booked to win. She's had 3 women's title runs, and she's only been on the main roster for not even 2 years. So I just think she wins. That way they can do Nia Jax versus Bliss, and they can do Asuka can pick Charlotte Flair. That's just my guess. That's just a bold prediction for me. But I don't see anyone else winning. Like, I don't want to see Bayley win. Sasha Banks, whatever. She's a 4-time women's champion. I don't want to see that again. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville are just too fresh. So that's what I think. If Paige was in this match, I'd pick Paige, but she.
Oh yeah.
Forever.
That's true. That sucks. Yeah, she would have been perfect for this match. Anthony, who do you got? You got is Bayley, Mickie James, Sonya Deville, or Mandy Rose have a chance in this?
I think Bayley.
Is that your official pick, or
that's my official pick? I'm going Bayley. I'm throwing my chips in.
Whoa!
Got some Bayley chips I'm throwing in.
That'd be an upset, man. That'd be coming out of nowhere.
The hugger, hugging it out.
She could really wrestle. She's a good wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Character.
Don't be fearing that hugging.
I don't have an issue with Bailey. I just think that the internet says that her character needs a refresher. It doesn't work because it's not as over as what it was in NXT. But you got to remember, that internet is mostly like men that are our age, I believe, and maybe women too. Hold on a second.
Okay, let's put Darren on mute here for. Actually, I don't want to put him on mute. Okay, next match is the main event, the men's championship. Winner gets a shot at Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34. You got Braun Strowman, Elias, Finn Balor, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and The Miz. And the stipulation already is The Miz is going to enter first because he lost a match to John Cena a couple weeks ago, and Elias is going to enter last because he won a match between Braun Strowman, John Cena, and him. So Elias is last out of the pods. Miz is first out of the pod. Anthony, I guess we'll go to you, Anthony, first. You got Strowman, Elias, Balor, Cena, Reigns, Rollins, or The Miz?
Oh my gosh, dude. This is a freaking power-packed chamber match, dude. You
can see anyone, like, let's make a case for anyone, except maybe Elias and Miz to win it all.
God, I really would love to see Finn Balor win. I want that to be my pick, and I will let that be my pick.
Wow.
But I'm super pessimistic that he's actually going to win because we all know that freaking Roman Reigns is going to win the chamber match. Two men to only defeat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. So I'm not going to make Roman my pick because I'm smarky like that. But I really would love to see Balor win. I would love to see Balor win. I would love to see Balor reclaim his belt.
I have the picks from Royal Rumble, and you pick Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble.
I know.
Times have changed.
Oh, and I'm so glad that I was wrong. God, I'm so glad that I was wrong, dude. That made me so happy.
Everyone's super nervous.
Happy to be wrong.
Everyone was super nervous. I think last three were like Reigns, Cena, and Nakamura. I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was super nervous. It was gonna be Reigns.
Thank God it wasn't.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
It pissed me off.
All right, you go Reigns. I'm gonna go with. You went Balor. Sorry, you went Finn Balor. So that'd be the telling of his getting his Universal Championship back that he never lost. He just lost it due to injury. So that would actually be pretty cool. I'm gonna go for Rollins, man. They did that gauntlet match on Monday Night Raw, the go home show before Elimination Chamber match, and they made him look the best, man. They made him beat Roman Reigns clean. They made him beat John Cena clean. They made him go for over an hour in the ring.
Yeah.
So that's like heating up a guy. So
burn it down.
Yeah, fire puns intended. Man, yeah. So they're heating him up for something. So why not pull the trigger, man? Just swerve everyone and give Rollins. Rollins is a face, man. This would be his ultimate. That would be his pinnacle, man. That'd be like his final chapter. He's come so far from the injury, from being a douchebag champ with the authority behind him, and now he's come like full circle, man. So
all right. I'm gonna throw this out here. I'm gonna go with what you're saying. Rollins wins.
Okay.
Everybody's like, what the fudge? What the fudge? Oh my gosh, he's going to WrestleMania. Somehow it's gonna turn into a Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the WrestleMania match, and then Roman is gonna win. He's gonna win that match.
God, man, do they have? I don't think they even have a pay-per-view between now and WrestleMania. It's got a random Raw.
It'll have to be a random Raw.
Oh gosh, man, that'd be cruel.
Or a house show if they really want to boost ticket sales.
A house show in where's Beaverton, Oregon? Oh man, that'd be crazy. That'd be a way to get the triple threat though if they end the match in controversy somehow. Which you can't really end a Elimination Chamber in controversy. It's not like it's just like you're locked in a pod and you're locked in a cage. There's like not much to.
Unless there's like a dog pile.
Yeah, like a double. Yeah. Even if it's double pin, you just have the two guys who didn't get pinned. They go until someone pins them, or double knockout. I guess they could do.
Ooh.
That would be cool. Like they're both like worn out so much because it's another long match, and they both just like collapse.
All right, what if AJ Styles runs out and then just pins whoever's in there, just like eliminates everybody, and he's like, I'm gonna fight Brock Lesnar. I'm gonna fight Nakamura and Brock Lesnar in the same night.
The old Bret Hart, where he fought Owen Hart, then Yokozuna in the same night at WrestleMania. That is going old school, man.
Oh my gosh!
Style clashes everyone, unprotected.
Everybody.
Everyone. Can you do that style clash off the top of the pod?
Oh my god! that would kill somebody. You would die, dude.
Hope Theron's back. Theron, are you back?
I've been back.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I was trying to buy time. I didn't know you were back. It's going on a epic rant. Okay, Theron. So who? Anthony's got Balor. I got Rollins. Who do you got? Elias?
Roman Reigns.
Okay. Is an explanation for this or just?
I mean, they've been talking about this for like a year, so they're just gonna get it over with, man. I told you, just get it over with. The two men that beat Undertaker at WrestleMania, one retired him, one broke his streak, blah blah blah, hoopla hoopla.
Uh-huh.
Reigns wins the belt. Rollins versus Reigns post WrestleMania. Period.
Makes sense. Who's Reigns' final pin? I guess does he pin Strowman last, or does he pin Cena? Does he pin Rollins?
Who does he pin?
Yeah, who's he pin for the final like pin? Who's like add some intrigue to it.
You can pin Rollins, I guess. I don't want Rollins to take the pin, but he'll pin Rollins so they can build that feud even more.
Makes sense. Well, that's all the picks, man.
That's it.
All matches. Yeah, quick episode because it started a little late.
A little cattywampus.
There's always next week, man. It's a long road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I gotta freaking do this operating system nonsense and back everything up and get rid of files. Such a pain in the ass, dude. It's freaking putting it off for so long, but I have no choice because
it's the road to WrestleMania, man. You have no choice.
Yeah, I gotta get this rig up for WrestleMania. That's the damn truth.
I need to hear your prediction for Undertaker John Cena, where there's 8 F5 or 8 attitude adjustments, 10 tombstones.
It's got to be 7 tombstones, dude.
Top rope tombstone.
Oh, from the top of the cage, through the cage.
And John Cena's acting career. A Hell in a Cell injury.
It's got to be a Punjabi prison match.
A great Kali run-in.
Oh my gosh, that was such a nightmare to film. Oh,
it looked horrible. The live crowd hated it. No, because they thought the great Kali was El Torito. They couldn't tell the difference.
So terrible. Oh my gosh.
Aaron, any final words for the Elimination Chamber go home show?
I'm excited about it. I want to see what kind of stories they set up for WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. We'll see what happens. Sunday, bloody Sunday.
Oh God, he's in the bathroom.
I swore there's a toilet flushing.
Oh my gosh, he's in the friggin' bathroom.
I wasn't in the bathroom.
What was that flushing sound?
Don't answer that. We'll save it for next week. It's called a cliffhanger.
What was that sound in the background? All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Bros with Four Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and Podbean and YouTube. If you subscribe on YouTube, you will get these YouTube exclusives. So that's like an incentive to subscribe, because if things go freaking belly up, iTunes stuff, the only way you'll listen to this is through the YouTube exclusive. So,
are we coming down to the wire? We're just gonna be like mailing the audio recordings to people a year from now. Next WrestleMania 35.
A rant.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, thanks for listening to the show.
We'll drop your friends, people.